you're in this group, you're doing the college shows, and then you get the deal with MTV to do, you wrote it, you watch it, that's how it first...
Yes. We were, David Wayne had done some interning at MTV and had some friends of his family that worked at MTV, so we convinced some executives to come see one of our shows, like kind of a best of everything we've done in college. And they were really impressed. They were like, let's bring these kids onto the show. And it was this really weird show where all sorts of comedic talents were doing little snippets of things, and Jon Stewart was the host. And eventually they realized that this one group, The State, and Jon Stewart were the only two elements of this show that were working, so they were like, we're going to end this show and give each of these entities their own shows.
And that's how The State was born. Mm-hmm. the TV show, The State.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And Jon Stewart, what happened to him? That's amazing. So you were like working with Jon Stewart back then, and you were, cause he had his own show, right? The Jon Stewart Show. You guys must have been sharing offices.
Absolutely, yeah. He was always such a smart, sweet guy that I had no idea that, you know, genius was ahead. Yeah. Something else to see.
But you're like 22, 23 years old.
Yeah.
You've got a TV show on MTV in the heyday of MTV, when people cared about MTV and watched MTV. You're in New York City. Like, how insane was that, just to be in that environment?
It was quite crazy. I mean, they eventually, you know, over the course of 30 episodes, they just started giving us total creative control. We were the editors of the show, the directors, the actors, the writers. There were 11 of us, so. Yeah. But they were paying us when they would routinely let us go and then let us know if they were gonna hire us for more episodes later. And in the months between, we realized that we would get more from unemployment. Our checks from, MTV was like, one of the reasons it was so hard for us was that they, you know, they're kind of notorious, Viacom, for not really taking care of people. So, but it's very unfortunate that we didn't realize that, okay, yeah, they weren't paying us all that much, but they were giving us total creative control, and we really should have stayed there many years longer. Yeah. We got too big for our britches.
Yeah, well that happens. 11 passionately creative people and a lot of egos. I'm sure they all, you know, you all thought that we're going to be the biggest thing.
It was all stay a pick, right?
Yeah, right. It's sticking on record. For the long haul.
Yeah, it was. The thing about the group is we were best friends. You know, we were all college buddies, and but by the time we got to MTV, it became such a pecking order. You know, because in order to get a sketch in the mix, you had to write it, and if you wrote it, you got to cast it, and so there was all this political kind of like tugging and you know, kind of like, we did a lot of roasting of one another, a lot of like, you know, flicking at each other's egos. So there was a real rivalry in the group too. And I think that when we came upon hard times, that got a little bit too, things got a little bit too tense between us all. Yeah. It was really unfortunate. If we had only hung in there a little bit longer, I think that we, you know, would have really seen, you know, bigger glory days for sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's to this day, all that comedy still stands up. The DVDs are out, and it's just like some of the funniest sketch ever done on TV. I just want to show a clip because I'm sure everyone kind of knows The State except for my parents. Let's just show a clip, and you're in this one, and this is from the heyday of MTV, The State. This is what full creative control gets you. This sketch right here. Get to watch the old episodes. Is it fun for you to watch that?
Yeah, it is a lot of fun actually. Because no, I agree that, you know, at the time we were super excited about what we were doing. I mean, we really felt like what we were doing was really smart and fresh and kind of original. And so we were very proud of it. Like that sketch, I very much remember the day that sketch got written, because David, Ken, and I said, hey, there's never been a David, Ken, and Kevin sketch. Why don't we stay after work and just lock ourselves in a room and write some stuff? And the first thing that happened was we said, well, what's a sketch that only David, Ken, and Kevin could write? And I said, the Jew, the Italian, and the redhead gay? And we were like, all right, that's one. We just started writing down some ideas about that, and then this came up, Where's the Mousey? And Yeah, it makes no sense whatsoever. I don't know how clearly you can see it, but it's literally like raining mice on us at the end of the sketch.
But it's just such a pointless sketch, but then the genius comes in panning over, you see the camera, and like, in his monologue of, they're wasting all this, sketch comedy, they waste all this money on these dumb props, these stupid sketches.
Yeah, I was always so proud of like how I was able to like keep my eyes right where that mouse landed and not react to it. It really came down hard.